It's been 3 years since the first Samsung Galaxy Fold stumbled onto the market, and while the foldable device was exciting, it was also deeply flawed. Samsung quickly found its feet with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, which introduced a larger screen on the outside and a bigger folding screen on the inside. And of course its re-engineered hinge that literally swept out debris to keep that complex mechanism working smoothly. Last year, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 further enhanced that hinge, updated the materials, and adopted the Samsung S21's phone system. The Galaxy Z Fold 4 offers mostly subtle but absolutely crucial refinements to the design, folding and cover screens, cameras, and yes, that iconic hinge. The result is a Galaxy device that is looking more and more like every other flagship phone. Samsung unveiled its latest foldables on August 10th during its Unpacked event, announcing both the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 and the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, along with the Galaxy Watch 5, Watch 5 Pro, and Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. We were lucky enough to get an early hands-on with all of these devices, so here's everything you need to know about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and some of our early impressions. First up, brace yourself, and let's chat about the price. The Fold 4 comes in 3 configurations, starting at $1,800 and maxing out at $2,160. It certainly isn't cheap, but folding phones never are. If you are desperate to get into the foldable future though, look for deals on the last generation of foldable phones. The Fold 3 was a really great phone, and if you can bag yourself a bargain, it may well be worth hunting around for. Design-wise, the changes between the Z Fold 3 and the Z Fold 4 are minimal. You probably wouldn't even be able to tell them apart from a distance. However, there are 3 new colors for this next generation, including grey, phantom black, and beige. But surely nobody wants a beige phone, right? Are you actually going to spend $1,800 on a beige phone? Come on now. The Fold 4 boasts a larger cover screen, thinner body, and less prominent hinge than its predecessor, and all of that combines to make the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 feel more and more like a regular smartphone in the hand. There's a fingerprint sensor along the one edge, although we didn't get to try that out because Samsung didn't want us adding passcodes to the sample devices. Like its predecessor, the phone has an IPX8 rating, which means that it can handle a 30-minute dip in 1.5 meters of water. Its dimensions are virtually exactly the same as those on the last Fold, with just tiny bits shaved off here and there, all of which adds up to a device that is now just shy of a gram lighter. On the one side of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is a gorgeous 6.2-inch Super AMOLED edge-to-edge adaptive refresh rate display, with the bezels of the previous device trimmed away to give you a 2.7mm wider view. That tiny bit of extra space makes the cover screen more usable and gives the phone a more traditional look. Obviously, the star of the display show though is the 7.6-inch adaptive refresh rate display that greets you when you unfold the Fold 4. As on the Fold 3, this screen is unblemished, even with the selfie camera hidden under the display, and it only appears with a little LED flourish when you actually enable the selfie mode camera. Samsung says the display panel has been updated with stronger ultra-thin bendable glass. And yes, you can feel and see the crease, but the display is inviting and useful. There was no opportunity to install apps or try video and games when we were using it, but we did browse the web and even used the S Pen on it. It's lovely, responsive, and feels like a full-blown and quite thin tablet. If you know the Samsung Galaxy S22 camera array, then you know the Fold 4's. It's the same sensor with a 50MP wide, 12MP ultra wide, and 10MP 3x optical zoom. Compared to the last Fold, Samsung claims that this one can produce 23% brighter pictures thanks to the larger sensor. In our brief hands-on session, it appeared that all of the cameras did a decent job in what were fairly controlled conditions. Of course, we'll put them through more rigorous testing when we get our review units, so subscribe to TechRadar on YouTube so you don't miss out on that. At 4,400 mAh, the battery size is unchanged from the Galaxy Fold 3, so you can expect a full day of varied activity. The phone supports fast wireless charging. Samsung promises 50% in just 30 minutes. You can also use it via wireless power share to charge other compatible devices. Inside the Fold 4 is Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 CPU, backed up by 12GB of RAM, which means that you can expect peppy performance across a wide range of tasks. This is especially important because with that big screen, you'll be doing things on the Fold 4 that you wouldn't necessarily attempt on a smaller device. One of the Fold 4's marquee features is its ability to multitask. There's also a new app dock, which sits at the bottom of the screen and allows you to easily select, drag and drop apps into the multitasking interface. Reports have stated that the 8 Plus Gen 1 is outperforming the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with 30% more power efficiency. This could mean good things for the battery life, but we'll need to do more testing before we can confirm that. A folding screen promises versatility, and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 appears to be ready to deliver that in spades. The Z Fold 4 is no longer a flexible oddity. It's a powerful Android smartphone that now looks almost like a typical flagship when folded, and that opens up into a useful, fun, and potentially very productive tablet. The cameras aren't the best that Samsung has to offer, but they will be totally fine for most users. The performance potential, multitasking, and watching movies on that 7.6-inch display is what really has us excited. And yes, you can feel and see the crease, but you'll forget about all of that moments after using its stunning display. Starting at $1,800, this is one of the most expensive smartphones on the market. But if you've had enough of the boring grey rectangles that all smartphones have become, then you might want to keep an eye on the Galaxy Fold 4. If you're interested in the Galaxy Z Flip 4, then we have a separate video all about that linked in the comments. While you're down there, let me know what you think about the Fold 4. Leave a like on the video and subscribe to TechRadar here on YouTube so you don't miss any of the latest tech news and reviews.